aware that Calor have decided to stop selling these small bottles, which is basically what many small camper vans and motorhomes use. So I've decided to bite the bullet, and I've gone for the Gaslow refillable system. So I'll show you exactly how I've installed them. So these are the cylinders that Calor in their infinite wisdom have decided to stop doing. That's the 3.9 propane, the 4.5 kilogram butane, and they're the only ones that will fit in my Autotrail camper van. You could go camping gas, but that's really super expensive, so I've decided to fit the Gaslow refillables. Even that flow gas cylinder, flow gas still do the little ones, but even that's just a little bit too tall to fit in my gas locker. So this is what we've gone for. We've gone for the Gaslow refillables, and I'll show you exactly how I've installed it. To install the gas piping, what have you, I've just removed this panel here. That panel sort of sits on there, so I've removed that. I found out that's where the water comes in, just there, and what I want to do is come about 20 inches or so this way, and then hopefully be able to bring the gas in here, and then I'll probably put a drop out in the bottom there, and then I'll come through here, fetch the pipe along and into the gas box, which is just there. I've made a slight alteration to the actual gas locker on this thing. Normally you'd have to get out the vehicle and open that door at the back there to get to the gas, but I've made a modification here. I've made this panel here removable. I've cut a metal plate and hinged it. It's all sealed. I've made sure it's all completely sealed around here. We've got a really good drop out in the bottom there anyway, so basically when we get on site I can just turn the gas on and off without actually having to get out the vehicle and going around the back and opening that hatch there. So that's made life a lot easier. But basically the two Gaslow cylinders will be going in there, and then we'll get it all connected up. So wish me luck. Just re-measured the distance between the where the water comes in and to where I want to be coming in with the gas. It's actually 14 inches, so I'm going to go outside now and measure 14 inches along from where the water comes in, and we'll just drill a pilot hole, and hopefully we'll come in where we want to be. So I'm just going to measure the 14 inches along from where the water comes in, and that's where we need to be drilling our pilot hole. So I'm going to get to the sort of middle of that. That's my 14 inches. That there. And you just want to check we've got the same height. There. 3.5, just 1.5 there, just bang on in the middle there. I'm going to drill a pilot hole there, and hopefully come up in the right place. So I couldn't actually see where the drills come through because the drill's just not long enough, but I've got to take some of this wood out here anyway, so I'm going to start cutting that wood out and make an opening there, and then hopefully we'll see where the drills come through. Well, I'm pleased with that. I've just cut the hole. This is a handy little tool if you need something like this. It's a Bosch sort of mini chainsaw. It's ideal for cutting little holes in plywood and such like. Anyway, cut my piece of wood out, and just through there, slap bang in the middle, I can see daylight where my pilot hole is in, so that's absolutely in exactly the right place. So I can get the main man out now. I just bought this brand new. It's a 70mm tungsten hole cutter, so I can go outside now and cut the 70mm hole for this unit to go in, which is the actual inlet for the gas. I was also pleased to see that Autotrail, who built this motorhome, have really put a lot of insulation in there, so they haven't skimped on insulation, so I'm quite pleased about that. So now comes the scary bit, to cut the big hole. So here goes. That didn't go too well. I got there in the end. Look at that. 170mm hole. So we're just going to check this part fits, which is better. Oh yeah, look at that. Spot on. So I'm just going to have a tidy up here, and I think I will be using black Sikaflex all the way around here, but I think I'm just going to paint this bare metal with a bit of hammerite just to seal that, and then I'll use the black Sikaflex. So I've just fitted the brass connector piece that actually inside this plastic housing now. This piece here will go on the inside of the van to secure it in place. And I've just noticed I've just got to file a couple of little grooves in there for these little lugs, a couple of little lugs there. Obviously, presumably that's to stop the thing turning around when you connect the gas nozzle to it. So I've just filed a couple of little slots in there now for these little lugs there. So that all fits in there nicely now. So I'm just going to paint around the outside here, or the inside I should say, with a little bit of hammerite just to weatherproof or rustproof that. I mean, it shouldn't really be necessary because there's going to be lots of Sikaflex going on there anyway, but just belt and braces. So, while I'm waiting for the hammerite to dry, I'll start connecting up the internal parts. So this is the special high pressure hose for liquid gas that will connect up to the unit there. Fetch it along here. I'm just going to drill a hole into the top of the gas locker there, and we'll fetch it in there somewhere. So I'm ready to mount the outside part now, so that's all nice and dry. So I'm just going to, I've got a brand new tube of black Sikaflex here, and I'm just going to put a little bead all the way around here, and then we'll get it in. So we'll just go inside now and put the inside part on. So basically all I've got to do now is to fetch the pipe work now. So I get it all piped up. The pipe will come through here, come around the wheel arch here, through that hole there, and into the gas locker. So it's all connected up there. I've put a drop out there just in case that should leak. I obviously don't think it will, but should it leak, and that drop out just goes to the underfloor part there, and just along here there is actually a drop out that goes out to the atmosphere. So should there be a leak there, I don't think we'd have any problems. Just run the gas pipe there through to the gas locker, so we can start putting all the seat back together, and then we'll soon be connecting up the gas cylinders. So just finishing off screwing this panel back down there. That's the last screw of that done. Goes on there. I've got these little sticky things that to cover the screw holes up that I took off carefully when I dismantled it. I'm going to stick them back on. It's not really necessary because you don't see any of this anyway. It's all underneath the seat, but I'll put them all back on. So these are the two Gaslow cylinders that I've bought for the vehicle. They're only the small ones, unfortunately that's all I can get in this tiny gas locker. You just take two small ones. They're pretty good actually, they're pretty clever bits of kit actually. Got a gauge on here. There's actually two float valves in here. One which works the actual gauge to let you know exactly how much gas you've got in the cylinder, and obviously that's going to be fairly accurate as it's a float gauge. And then there's another gauge, another float in here, which will only allow you to fill the cylinder to 80%, which is what is a safe fill. So basically that's your gas out valve. Gas comes out there, and this is where the gas goes in, and there's quite a clever valve system in there. It goes through the float and it allows you to fill to 80%. So we'll get it all installed into the gas logger. This is the T-piece, which will go on to the pipe that comes in from the outside, and then there'll be a small piece of pipe connected to either or both inlets of the gas valve, the gas tank, so we can fill up both tanks together. I did actually purchase this unit here as well. So this is a direct fill unit, a direct fill adapter. So I could actually take these cylinders out and take them to somebody that's prepared to do a direct fill. Most normal forecourt garages won't allow you to do a direct fill, but there are some gas suppliers around that you can just give them the cylinder and they'll happily fill it up for you. So my work here is done. So be able to put into a petrol station now that sells gas. Gas will just go into there, connect up to there. Like that. And we're all plumbed in now, so basically we'll sit back together. So liquid gas will then come along this pipe here, come up to this T-junction here, and then that will go to fill each tank individually. And because each tank has a float valve, if one tank were to fill up before the other, that would just automatically shut off, and the rest of the gas will go into the other tank, and when that's full, the gas pump will shut itself off. So I think my work here is done. So I'm actually going to take it to a local gas engineer now. There's a gas company quite local to me that actually install gas systems into motorhomes and vehicle gas conversion. So I'll get them to check it all over and fill it up for me, and then hopefully we'll all be good to go. And if I need gas now, I'll just be able to pull into a petrol station that sells gas. I've got an app on my phone that tells me where they all are, and we're good to go. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. You might like to have another look at a video that I did about a year ago with all the modifications that I did to this van. Did quite extensive modifications when I first bought it. It was a budget van, and I've souped it up quite a bit with various modifications. You might want to have a look at that. Going on to the gas work, if you're not confident to do your own gas work, get somebody that is to do it. And even if you do it yourself, it's probably a good idea to get it checked over by a gas engineer. Thanks for watching.